Hey guys, this is Juno and welcome back to another account review. We are on Stan's account. This is an account that got an account review before. Now, he is still a Patreon, obviously. He's been a Patreon for months and he requested another one. Now, it's been a while. It's not like these Patreons are requesting month-to-month reviews. It's been a while since he got his last review. Let me check. Yeah, it was on January 2nd, actually. Or is that February 1st? It's one or the other, but it's been, almost a year? 10 months ago? 11 months ago? So I think his review is definitely due, and he had a lot of questions. We're going to try to touch all of them. He does want to start World Guild Battle, Siege Defense, Siege Offenses. I think that's great, because obviously it's one of the biggest content in the game. It's probably one of the primary contents that people do, especially if they don't want to dip into RTA, as that is a stressful content. Yes, Siege could definitely be stressful as well, but if you're not competing in the highest level, I definitely think it can be enjoyable. He does want to get RTA suggestions as well. He wants to focus on a core team. He doesn't know if he should go first turn or second turn, so I'll give my opinion on that. Obviously, after looking at his box and also his rune quality, we're going to primarily look into speed, and if it doesn't look fast enough, his best record was C1, and I do know that C1 are a lot faster these days, so definitely can give you an opinion there. And lastly, he wants to know where I think he should farm. So I think that will definitely be noted through his runes, through swap, and once we see that, I'll let him know if I think he still needs to do R5, because he told me that before. I told him he has to focus on dragons and R5, and he's been doing that for I guess 10 months now. It looks like he has all the dungeon teams. These are really quick too, so that's great. Let's see if he just needs to continue that, or if he needs a shift and if he could focus on other things. So before anything, let's get right into swap, because I want to see how much his account has improved rune wise. Now we are on Stan's swap. He doesn't have a whole lot of runes, 1,600. I'm hoping he's being picky with what he's keeping, so that's why we're seeing a low number. We're only going to look at 6 stars, level 12 to 15. Let's see how many runes are reduced. Still 1,600, only 20 runes were reduced. That's perfect. Let's look at efficiency. 110 plus. 86. Now that's really good. It tells me that he's been actually doing R5. He's been taking my word and he's been improving his runes. That's great. 86 runes. That's one of the most we've seen in many of my reviews. Let's see how many over 100. If this number looks big, I don't think we really have to look at 90 to 100. I think it tells us that he has decent rune quality. We'll just go straight and look at like the speed and stuff. Almost 500 runes. This is awesome. This is really good. Okay, so I'm not gonna look at 90 to 100 because it's gonna be a big number anyways. Let's go check his Swift runes. So I think Swift plays a big part in you deciding if you can play first turn or not. And if your Swift isn't like really fast, okay, 28, 27, 27. Look at these +5 guys. This is a person that took my word and focused R5. That's a lot of legend grinds that he's landed. And even another one right here, 26, get a 5, could be another 27. Love to see this. I think you're doing really well. Yeah, then depending on your box and depending on my opinion, it's going to change. The recommendation I give is going to change. He said that he was focusing on dragons. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at these runes, guys. 32, 30, another 31, 30, 20. Guys, what the heck? He's doing better than me. He has better runes than me, especially on the violent side. What the heck? This is insanity. Holy cow, 27, 27, 27. And it keeps going. Tell me you're a spender, please. Don't tell me you're this lucky. Dude, you're doing great. You're doing great. You don't have to do more dragons, I think. Yeah, your will looks... Oh no, your will looks good too. Look at that, 30. 29, 29, 27. I think you should go back to giants. I think Despair will show that maybe. 28, 28. Okay, so your Despair, Swift, I mean, they're good. They're good, but compared to your Violent and Will set, Will is definitely a lot weaker than your Violent. When I say weaker, slower, Violent is pretty much up there. Then Will, and then your Despair and Swift sets look pretty much the same, at least speed-wise. But with this type of speed, I do think you could play first turn. I think your runes are great. This is a huge improvement. I wish I kept, I don't know if I'll be doing it, keeping the old swap files from everybody that got a review. And once they come back, we do a comparison. Man, that's gonna show some improving people and people that slack. But yeah, intangible too. These are some decent runes. They're not the best, obviously. I think your other sets are just better. It's hard to get a good intangible rune, but wow. Yes, this guy is a picky person deciding on what to keep. That's why he only has 1,600 runes. His Despair, Violent, Will, Swift, they all look great. Efficiency looks on point. I would go back and farm Giants, to be fair. If you have to focus on Siege though, let's check one more thing. I think Destroy runes are pretty big in Siege. Let's just look at efficiency. I don't think speed is the biggest thing here. Same for Violent, but we know that your Violent runes are good anyways. But it looks like you have some decent runes as well in Destroy. I don't know. I personally think I'll go back to Giants. I think getting better Swift runes, getting better Despair runes will help you in both Siege and also RTA. But you are doing great. I guarantee you that. So I do think his records are a little low with the rune quality we saw. I mean, not looking at the box right now. Arena, G3 is definitely possible. Now, his defense is going to matter a lot. So maybe let's just say G2. I think he could definitely get there. But box is going to matter a lot, right? What kind of offense you can make, what kind of defense you can make will determine what rank you could get. RTA, definitely C3 and up, in my opinion. A lot of learning process though, because he did tell me that he is struggling with first turn and he thinks he's doing better in second turn. Definitely going through a learning process and also finding a playstyle that fits you the most. I know certain people just can't play first turn. Yes, they might have to box for it, but they just hate it. They can't play it. Then what can you do? You have to adapt and play second turn and learn how to do well in that playstyle. I don't want to aggressively recommend just a first turn playstyle when you think you're not fit for that playstyle. But obviously the box and rune will tell you something. Right now, with all the speed that we've seen, I think first turn is viable. With the efficiency we've seen, I think second turn is also viable. Now we'll check out the box and that will determine what kind of playstyle you'll play. For monsters, let's see any LD5s. Liliana, I know some people use this in Siege defense. Sadly, it is weak against Camila Belial's. But in G1 Siege, definitely will work. Maybe even in G2, because it's not like people have 5, 10, 20 Camillas. For light, Nigel can be used for arena defense, Siege defense. No Leah. Okay, so this is where I'm kind of worried because you don't have like some of the stronger arena offensive units. You don't have Leah, so I hope you have Zeros and stuff. Let's see, Pyeongchul, perfect. Pyeongchul could work in defense still good. Sagar, Oliver, no Christina. Okay, you do have Leo, Tiana. Yeah, second turn team is gonna be a little weak because you don't have Christina. Do you at least have Varad? No Varad too, okay. Yeah, your second turn team's gonna be kind of whack. Not the greatest. You could do a cocky second turn team, but it's definitely a weaker variant. Okay, first turn team, Chiyu, Escher. Chiyu, perfect. And then you have Zeros, okay. So, Arena definitely looks weaker. For Siege defense, it looks like you are missing some of the more OP leads, like the Dark Siri. Still very good. No LD lead. Maybe you just have to follow, my video on how I would make a World Guild Battle defense or a Siege defense. For World Guild Battle, I will go speed lead, speed threat, damage dealer. And for damage dealer being some of the more annoying stuff, like, no water cookie either. Do you have the Satoru Gojo? Because that's kind of annoying. I think Moore got a lot stronger now, so that could be a little annoying. No Fire Satoru Gojo? Oh, you do? Okay, yeah. I think this guy is pretty cool. So you could try that too. For second turn team, you could try the Yuji Itadori. I just noticed. Because this guy does deal decent damage, and the destroy is actually pretty good in today's meta because a lot of the defenses are very tanky and they scale off of HP. Same for Camilla, same for Pyeongchar. Their damage, their recovery, all scale off of HP. So this guy could work. And although it'll be a more prolonged battle for sure, if you could get this guy tanky enough and do a lot of damage, just keeping this guy alive will help you win against those defenses. Obviously, it will require very good rune quality, but seeing your rune quality is worth a shot. I'll probably go like a Jameer double snipe team too. Oof, no Jameer though. Okay. So arena offense, arena defenses, siege defense, world guild battle defenses are kind of questionable, but world guild battle defenses, I think you could go with a lot of the free-to-play stuff because thankfully a lot of the free-to-play 4-stars are very strong. Carcano, Clara, Chilling, Escher, they're all very strong units, so it's definitely something that you could use. Please watch the video. I think you could get some ideas there. Yeah, like Britta is very good too. Mora is a very good unit for world guild battle or siege defense. You had Kopsu. Do you have Asher? Well, we'll go into that and I'll look into it more closely when we get there, but I'm pretty sure you can make 4 or 5 defenses for both your world guild battle and also your siege defense. Let's go into arena. Now, I did say through rune quality, you could get a good record, but right now your box is not going to really support you. I think Nora's a little too slow. Now, you don't have Manon. Did you have Triton, maybe? You do have Triton. Now, I do think you could fend off some people with Triton because you're so fast. But it does have to be a little more aggressive, which I do think you're currently lacking. Sadly. Can this guy do it? What are some annoying units in defense? Rakan could work. Yeah, Rakan is pretty good these days. And you can make it a trap Rakan, a swift Rakan. What else is there? Oh, Juno. For the dot team, right? Maybe something like this. That's what I would run and try. I mean, you are getting a very good defense rate. I think going more aggressive might give you even a better defense rate. But it was only C1. And I think with your rune quality, you should be getting like a 40% win rate in C1, to be fair. For offense, you're pretty much limited. Yeah, I'll make a second turn team. Love that one. Okay, you're going this first turn team, which I think I like. It's not bad, actually. I love it. Because Azera's first turn is definitely something I'll be making. Now here, I think I could only add like one more here. You could try the Yuji Itadori, for sure. You could try Kaki, because Camillas are very annoying. The problem is it's hard to kill Camilla. And Camillas are meta, sadly to say. So I can't really give you a better opinion. Just know that this will cause a prolonged battle. Obviously, he's a fire unit. Obviously, he's a critting unit. So Camilla is going to survive his first burst in most cases, in many cases. And also the downfall is that Camilla's going to target this guy, freezing him, slowing him, destroying his HP. So the entire purpose, the entire game plan is to keep this guy alive, destroy their HP, and hoping at a certain point you do get the Oblivion on the Camilla and you're able to finish her off. But that's all I could say. Let's go to RTA. C1, very low. I mean, he's only played 53 games, so he has a good win rate, but that is very low. Your box looks like this, which is okay. I'm guessing you're going Chandra Sagar. Your Chandra being faster than Sagar. I don't know if that's really beneficial, unless your Chandra is going to win the speed contest, which in most cases it won't if you're using him as a speed threat. So I think if you only use Chandra going first, it should be on Swift. And if it's not, I think it's more beneficial for him to go after everybody. But I do get your point because he does have a first skill strip, which can help you. But to be fair, I think Chandra really shines when he's really tanky as well. Mine's not as tanky. Mine only has like 40k HP. But I think most people in C3 and up, or even Punisher, has it over like 43. So at least plus 30k HP. So think about it. In my opinion, I'll kill some speed and make it more tankier. More not being used. So if you don't want to use more as a first turn unit, you could use it as a counter unit. I saw your Reddit post about it, where they use more as a cleave counter against the Leo Lucifers. And then that more was just a full-on damage more with 100 crit rate. And on crit damage, I think it was either Despair or Rage build. It had so much crit damage, and it just destroyed all the damage dealers. So I think that's really cool too. So if you don't have a place for more, then you could try runing it up as a counterish unit. Suiki is pretty cool. I do like Suiki. Also a Leo counter for me. Yes, I do want to try using Satoru Gojo. Seems fun, but I think he shines on Violent as his passive benefits from that a lot, because if he takes another turn, technically he took a turn without getting damage, so this will allow him to do 50% more damage, which is a lot if you have seen some of the videos. Now, if you're going first turn, I think you need more control. Okay, there's one control. Is there more? I don't think so. If you want to play a little more aggressive, I think I'll add units like Masha. Do you have Masha? Chow is really good these days. I love Chow. This guy's pretty cool too. Okay, Cardinal could be a good control-ish unit. I would use Tessarion, skill it up, because there's a lot of passive units as well. Laika's a good counter for Leos. It looks like you don't have Masha, I get it, okay. You know what? Okeanos is pretty fun too, if you could get it to work. I see, you don't have Masha. Anything else for control then? I don't like these two. I would use a Leo. Okay, definitely a Win Robo in your box is what I'll add. You should definitely add a Vermos as well. Cop suit too, or is that a second cop suit? It might be a second cop suit. Something like this. No, his cop suit's not there. Ooh, I also noticed you didn't have Hey Gangs. Hey Gangs is a big one too. Would I take out anything? To be fair, this box is runeable, and I believe you do have the rune quality to do so. I think I will go these two first pick, or something like this, and then play it out. With your rune quality, I do think you have a lot of potential. Some of these builds are a little slow though. Am I missing something? Definitely looks like your Swift runes are lacking here. Who has your fastest Swift rune? Oh, this guy's also on Swift. That's a little slow. Okay. So Swift looks a lot slower. I'm pretty sure you're just not using the best of your rune quality. So maybe start using Swap. I think that's also a big one. You don't need 3 speed threats. It might be too much. I will definitely use the Robo, because like I said, you do lack some type of control when you're going first, and damage. So I think Sierra or Oliver will be a good match. Just remember that they're all wind. So I wouldn't bring these together unless this is a last pick and you definitely know that the opponent does not have a counter, or if you're going to ban their last pick, or if their current draft does not counter it too much. If not, if they have a lot of fire, I think Sierra and this goes well, because Sierra's bombs don't really get affected by elements, so she could deal with the fire units a lot better. I'll probably get rid of one though, because that's a lot of Swift units, or you could try using this on Violent if you want. But I'll use maybe these 3 on Swift. Now for strippers, just make sure they're going in front. So this is good. This is good as well. Perfect. Where are other strippers here? Make sure Vanessa is going in front. Ooh, that's a lot quicker than I thought. But I mean, not bad. Okay, another stripper. Maybe you do want more, because right now it looks like you are lacking strippers. I mean, this is a stripper, but it's not something that you could bring out all the time. You do have a couple of single target strips. Yeah, definitely ruin these supports. There are definitely good counters. Kopsu is very good with the cleanse as well. So yeah, I think this is the type of box I'll play with. This is one. Yeah, first turn counters in a way. But I think your first pick will be Chandra, and then you'll go Villager or Sagar. You could even go both. But just remember, if you're going 2 supports with Chandra, the last 2 should most likely be damage dealers, because in many cases you might lack damage. Yep, but I think the box is great. It's, what is it? 31 units. I could tell you do have the rune quality to rune this up, so try it out. Also, you swap. Okay, finally for siege, you're in a P3 siege. You're in a very low siege. I think right now in this level, you could be running anything. You have 3 defenses. These should be getting wins. Yeah, look at that. 3-1, 1-0. I think with your current rune quality, these should all be getting wins. I'm gonna give you some more because these are pretty outdated. Assuming you keep those, let's see what we could add. I'll definitely use Brita Kapsu. I think that's a fun defense to play with. It is very, very annoying. You probably want a fire lead, either being Asher, which you didn't have. Do you have Kumar? Maybe it's something that you also didn't have. Oh, Momo could definitely work. Do you have Momo? Yes, perfect. There's one. This is a very good defense, tanky too. You could use one with Nigong actually. Remember, Nigong could have worked as well. I know Nigong Miles was a thing, and sometimes they built this on a Leo trap. So this guy was just on really high attack, high damage. Even with Leo, it was hitting like a truck. I guess something like this, it can work. It's not horrible. And I'll also be adding a old defense, but with the more buff, I think it's good. It's worth trying out. I think this is now even stronger, obviously, with the more buff. So the better rune quality you have, the more will do. It's kind of weird to say that, but I think this is a good defense, especially in around G1, G2. That's 3 defenses. What else is there? And I'm giving all of these recommendations because I know he has the rune quality to do this. Now, you could use Nana Pyeongchul, but you don't have Pyeongchul right now. You're using it with Chandra. Do you have to force yourself for another one? I don't know. I think this is good. Or, I mean, to be fair, you could do Sierra something, right? Sierra. Let's bring in the Satoru Gojo with a speed threat, which is going to be like an Orion or something. I mean, it's not the quickest, but it still works. Where are you, Orion? I'm guessing that you do have Orion. Yes. Okay. Okay. These 4. I think it's good. For Nat 4s, I think you really don't have a whole lot of options. I'll use a Clara. Or a Carcano, actually. But Clara chilling, plus a damage dealer, is always something good. What's a good damage dealer? Oh, you could use the Saren, the Dark Saren, and try. Did you build it? Ooh, you didn't. Nana, Pyeongchul, Liliana is usually the ones people ran. Okay, so those are the defenses. Let's see for arena offenses. Cleave. I will use the Cleave with this, but with Sonya. You do have Sonya? You don't have Sonya? Do you have Belai? Wow, that's a lot of offenses. If these are all working, I really don't have a lot of options here. This is pretty old. I think this is not that great either. Do you have Sonya? If you don't, I mean, we can't even do it. No Sonya. Belial. I think you definitely should have a Camila Belial team if you do have Belial. No Belial. I just noticed you don't have Wind Panda either. The only thing I could recommend are Cleaves. I think the Zeros, Tiana, Cleave is very strong. I think it eats Pyeongchul defenses, so if you see them, you could try that. And Pyeongchul defenses aren't that quick unless it's a trap with Chandra. Just know that. I think these offenses definitely died out as well. It's not as strong anymore. And there aren't a whole lot of defenses you could take into it, expecting an easy win. Do you have the Wind Madeline cookie? That's definitely something I'll build, because it looks like you don't have it. Build a Wind Madeline cookie, and then you could go like Covenant. And there's the Bethany. Do you have Bethany? I'm just assuming that you have things. Okay, you have a Marinade, so Marinade Lucian, definitely something that you should do. But you don't have Bethany either. Okay, forget about that. Marinade Lucian, definitely run that. You do have the rune quality to, pretty much win against a lot of these P3 to maybe even G2, and even G3. It really depends on how you figure out which ones are cleavable. But yeah, just these 2. I will get rid of these as well. You do have a Poseidon one. I think Zeros one is better these days. Okay, I'm guessing you're using this instead of Sonya because you don't have Sonya. This is not as strong. Rune is much stronger. Oh, you don't have Hey Gang. Freak. You didn't have Hey Gang. Oh, you do have Leo, Eladriel, and Diana, right? Again, a very common defense I use a lot. So these three, to be fair, is there anything else that I would add? For Nat 4, I would just use your Nat 4 defense as well, because that one is a better cleave in my eyes. Okay, this one is good. This one is also doable. Obviously, your defenses could work as offenses. It's a Rune quality fight at that point. But if you guys see something better after seeing his box, let me know, or let him know. Put it in the comment below, because he probably wants to know. So after looking at this entire thing, I do think that he should focus on Giants now. I think that's all really he needs to work on, or maybe even artifacts. Artifacts are pretty big, especially if you want to get better in RTA or a better record. Additional damage stuff. Let's see. This is fire, so it will tell us maybe like some of his Juno stuff. Okay, he has 1. Yeah, artifacts are definitely something that you might want to continue working on. This is good for Juno too. Speed up effect, damage taken from water, a lot of damage from speed. You might even want to roll maybe the speed up effect or the damage taken from water for another additional damage stat. But yeah, I think that's something that you could determine if you have to work on artifacts, or yes, work on artifacts and giants. Just work on those two, because it looks like you're working on 2 dungeons at a time before. Why not continue that? But that was it for this review, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want account reviews like this, please join my Patreon. If you guys want account improvements, join my Discord and fill out the Google form. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.